This is the second-generation Toyota IST, also known in global markets as the Urban Cruiser and Scion XD. Let's see what can convince us to choose this clever little crossover. Model overview and key specs. The second-generation IST was produced from 2007 to 2016. Its successor is the Yaris Cross, also reviewed extensively on our channel. The car we'll be analyzing in depth today is the entry-level Japan-spec 150X trim. IST and its rebadged siblings during its production run did not receive any significant facelifts. Within Toyota's lineup, it is most closely related to the second-gen Toyota Vitz/Yaris, sharing many components. The IST is a car with a distinctive and expressive silhouette. Its slightly angular design gives the impression of a powerful, heavy, almost larger car. Like many Japanese cars, the IST is available with full-time 4WD, making it an attractive option for those living in challenging geographical conditions. Its exterior dimensions are almost identical to those of the second-generation Vitz/Yaris. The body length is 393 centimeters, a mere 13 centimeters longer, while the wheelbase remains exactly the same at 246 centimeters. In terms of body width, the IST is 172 centimeters wide, which is only 3 centimeters more than the Vitz/Yaris. The height of 152 centimeters is the same for those two cars. The minimum ground clearance is 16.5 centimeters. Consequently, the IST is relatively agile and well-suited to city driving. Regardless of whether it is front-wheel or four-wheel drive, the turning radius is 5.5 meters. However, for such a small vehicle, users feel it could be a bit tighter. It's worth mentioning that the IST is a rather rare car. Only around 37,000 were produced during its entire manufacturing period. It's fair to say that it was introduced far too early for its time. Crossovers were practically non-existent at the time, and this small, clever model couldn't compete with the larger Toyota RAV4, which was very closely priced. It's an interesting car, and definitely visually appealing. You could even say it's somewhat charming. Even more interesting is the full-time 4WD variant. Driving impressions and safety features. What is the driving experience like in the IST? User feedback is generally positive. The car is well rated for its size and class. In terms of visibility, the higher driving position, good forward visibility, and large rearview mirrors are widely praised. However, it is less impressive in terms of rearward visibility, as the large C-pillar obscures the view and the rear window is fairly small. Nevertheless, the reversing camera compensates for these drawbacks. When it comes to ride comfort, the car is favorably rated at 4.5 out of 5. It is perceived as quite stiff and slightly hard, offering good handling in corners. The standard wheel size for this version is 16 inches. The IST is reasonably well noise-damped for a lower-end Toyota. Of course, noise does come from the poorly soundproof doors, and raindrops on the roof are clearly audible, but driving at speeds of up to 90 kilometers per hour is quite acceptable for a city car of its era. Occasional long-distance travel at speeds of up to 110 kilometers per hour should not be a problem. In terms of safety, the VSC, EBD, and ABS packages, as well as a full set of airbags, are all standard. However, it lacks the advanced radar systems and cameras found in its successor, the Yaris Cross. Interior and practicality. Now let's move on to the interior. Bear in mind that this car is almost identical in size to the Vitz/Yaris, so don't expect it to be very spacious. However, it's quite comfortable inside, partly thanks to the different windscreen angle and slightly higher seating position. The driving position is good, the seat is height adjustable, as is the steering wheel, so it will suit both shorter and taller drivers. The ergonomics are good, with everything within easy reach. While it may not look very modern compared to newer cars, it's certainly easy to use. There's automatic air conditioning on board, which is very efficient, as well as an infotainment system with an integrated reverse camera. In terms of materials, they're not the highest quality, but certainly durable. Even in cars with high mileage, you won't hear any annoying creaks. Moving to the rear, a nice touch is the sliding rear seat, giving more comfort than in its sister car, the Yaris Vitz. There's also more headroom. The boot's minimum capacity with the rear seats slid all the way back is 314 liters. Sliding them all the way forward increases the boot space by almost a quarter to 388 liters. Folding down the rear seats increases the maximum luggage capacity to 780 liters. The loading sill height is 72 centimeters. It should be noted that, for such a small car, the boot is surprisingly spacious and can be easily configured to suit your needs.
Price at BEFORWARD. Similar Toyota IST you can buy at BEFORWARD. The second generation 2007 to 2016 model starts from around $2,350 United States dollars. Explore stock of Toyota IST at BEFORWARD.JP. The right one might be closer than you think. Check the link in the description below for current stock and pricing. Our inventory is updated daily.
Engines, performance, and fuel economy. Toyota offered the IST with a few different engine options, all of which were tried and tested models with an excellent reliability record. The Japanese spec model we're looking at is equipped with a 1.5-liter 1NZ-FE engine that produces 109 horsepower, sufficient power for this small car. The CVT transmission ensures a smooth ride. This car is front-wheel drive, although this engine was also offered in the Japanese market, coupled with full-time 4WD. The second engine offered in Japan is the 2ZR-FE with a 1,797cc, developing 132 horsepower, and is exclusively paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission and front-wheel drive. Other powertrain options available in Europe and the US include 1.3-liter petrol and diesel engines. Both of these engines are shared with the Vitz Yaris and are paired with a 5- or 6-speed manual gearbox. The fuel tank holds 42 liters. The version you're looking at averages around 5.6 liters per 100 kilometers, while the full-time 4WD model consumes around 0.5 liters more. Common issues and reliability. The IST is considered a long-lasting, reliable car. The engines are solid, and the suspension components, which are the same as those used in the second-generation Yaris/Vitz, aren't problematic. Some owners of manual cars complain about the gearbox's precision, but this is not a technical fault. It is simply a characteristic of how the gear is engaged. However, premature clutch wear is not uncommon. Certain problems occur in diesel engines, such as issues with the DPF, diesel particulate filter, and its pressure sensor. You should also pay attention to corrosion, which tends to appear around the rearmost part of the chassis and around the rear suspension. Cars offered by BEFORWARD always feature photos of the undercarriage, giving you the peace of mind of being able to assess its condition for yourself. Typically, cars from the Japanese market are in perfect condition structurally, though cars from mountainous regions, in particular those with four-wheel drive, may show signs of occasional but usually not serious undercarriage oxidation. Maintenance costs and ownership. The IST is an easy-to-maintain car that doesn't require a specialized workshop. Parts are inexpensive and readily available, although bodywork parts are a little harder to find. Both new and used replacement parts are available with global delivery via our dedicated Auto Parts BEFORWARD website. Well-maintained Toyota ISTs will provide years of trouble-free use. Servicing in accordance with the manufacturer's specifications, within the specified time and mileage intervals, will ensure many years of trouble-free driving. In fact, even cars with mileage exceeding 350,000 kilometers can be expected to run smoothly.
If you're looking for quality car at a great price, visit BEFORWARD.JP. We offer a vast selection of vehicles to suit every taste and budget. You can also send your inquiries to top@BEFORWARD.JP.